What's up everyone, this is Cassata, and today I want to talk about hate crimes. I've been the victim of a couple minor hate crimes in my hometown. I grew up in Bayshore in New York, which is on Long Island, and it's kind of a conservative place. Definitely not as conservative as the South, but it's still pretty conservative. I was bullied a lot in school just for like the way I dressed, being queer, coming out as bi, coming out as lesbian, coming out as trans, coming out as everything. I was bullied for all of that. And then I attended the Long Island Gay and Lesbian Youth Center, and a couple of times while I was out with kids from the LGBT center, we were attacked because of looking flamboyant. So I remember one night in particular, we were all dressed up and I had on eyeliner. My friend, that's a boy, was wearing a girl's shirt, and we were all like, you know, worked up, ready to go to the club, blah, 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 at the Long Island Gay and Lesbian Youth Center. And we were driving around and we get to a diner parking lot, and these people start yelling, faggot, faggot, faggot. They were all men, and my friend, that's a girl, was like, shut up, I get more vagina than you. But she didn't say vagina, she said the curse word. And we kind of like fought back, which probably we shouldn't have done because that probably put us in more danger. And it ended up being a car chase down a highway, down a small highway. And they were throwing bottles at us and stuff, and luckily none of us got hurt. And there was a couple other times where people would yell dyke, faggot while we were just walking around, and a couple times we got eggs thrown at us and bottles thrown at us. It was kind of scary to walk around. The biggest attack that I've ever experienced was in 2010, the summer of 2010, and I was at a show, and there was this kid there that was throwing around the word faggot and, you know, calling people a faggot, and so we kind of knew that he was homophobic. And I was just standing on the side of the show, just like against a wall kind of. And man, as soon as like the first drum beat happened, this kid ran and slammed right into me purposefully. And he pushed me into a shelf, and my head hit the shelf, and I hit the floor. I was passed out for a couple seconds probably. When I woke up, I like went to wipe the sweat off my forehead like I thought I was fine, and it was like gushing blood, and I had a concussion. I had to go to the hospital. He kept throwing around the word faggot, and my friends actually beat him up, which I found out later. I was rushed to the hospital while all of this happened, and the venue kicked this kid out and told him he was never allowed to come back. The show was like supportive, and the kid was just homophobic. In the Long Island music scene, homophobia is not tolerated at all. So I'm lucky that I grew up in a music scene that always supported me and accepted me. But regardless, I was a victim of a hate crime. I was rushed to the hospital. I had to get stitches. I still have like a little scar in my eyebrow, and sometimes like it ticks, but I'm really lucky that it didn't amount to more, and that I'm okay. Like, I didn't have a concussion that changed my brain and stuff like that, and I wasn't knocked unconscious for very long, and I wasn't like put into like a coma or something like this. So I was really lucky. So what you should do, what I didn't do when I was a victim of a hate crime, was I didn't file a police report, and I didn't talk about it with someone. I just like kind of like repressed it and didn't want to talk about it, and just like wanted, you know, I had a black eye and I was like, I'm tough, you know, I'm really tough. And really like it hurt me a lot that I was attacked mentally and emotionally. So it really is important to maybe go talk to someone at an LGBT center, or talk to a teacher, or talk to a friend, talk to a family member, talk to someone about it so that it's not building up inside of you. It took me like 4 years to be able to talk about what happened to me. And when I started talking about it, I stopped looking over my shoulder as much, and I was less afraid of the world, because I was really carrying a lot of fear with me because of that attack. Other things you should do, obviously, like seek medical attention right away if you're assaulted. Go to a hospital as soon as you can. Call an ambulance if you have to. Do whatever you can to survive. And another thing you should do is file police reports. So take in as much detail as you can, even though that could be like emotionally painful, but take in as much detail as you can and file a police report, and hopefully they'll do something about it, because honestly the police don't always do something about it. I had a girlfriend's dad threaten me once and threatened to kill me because I'm transgender, and we called the police and they didn't do anything about it, which is really, like, that's a really scary world that we live in. Honestly, I'm still like nervous talking about it. It still affects me, and I'm still like a little bit afraid, to be honest. And that's what happens when you're a victim of a hate crime. And honestly, like, it's gotten a lot better over the years, and once I started talking about it, I started to heal. So please, if you're a victim of a hate crime, please talk to someone about it and get it off of your chest at least. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and sorry for such a sad topic today, but it's something that needed to be discussed. Alright everyone, peace.